We are in Skinny Atlas this morning. I needed, of all random things, I needed to buy shoelaces. So I came to Kenny Drugs to get some shoelaces. Then I also treated myself to a cappuccino from the Skinny Atlas coffee shop. Really hot out today, kind of regretting wearing the 3/4 sleeves. We're gonna head back home to Otisco Lake now. I didn't have any other errands, and I think I'm gonna hold off to grocery shop until Friday morning because my cousin Abby is visiting this weekend, and I'm gonna do grocery shopping after I call her and ask what she wants in the house for food. So I'll talk to you when we get back home. These are my shoes that I had to buy shoelaces for. So I don't know if these will work. They're pretty thick, and these are really small little holes. So we'll give it a shot and we'll see. Here's the first shoe, all laced up with bright green laces, and I'm about to do the second one. They're both laced up. They look like brand new shoes. So I've always liked having funny colored shoelaces. I had multicolored ones on my Converse at one point, and I've often been asked why I like to do that, and I guess the simple answer is I'm not really sure. I just think it's fun to have something different and to not do everything the exact same way as everyone else. Like, most people would have seen these shoes and been like, oh, they need black laces or something like that. But no. So I just think it's more fun that way, and if you can take a little bit of time out of your day to do something interesting and different and fun, then you should. And you should do it to be you and to be true to who you are. Also, while I was at Kenny Drugs, I got this Elmer's glue, and it was on sale because it's the back to school season, and it's purple, which is kind of cool. It's different than the white glue, and it was $1. It's a pretty small amount, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix it with some borax, and I'm gonna make slime. Right now I am dissolving some borax in water. I might actually need a little bit more water, and then I'm going to mix my slime in that Rubbermaid container. I hope this stays purple. It says on the bottle that it goes on purple and dries clear. I hope it stays purple when I make it into slime. Now I'm going to add a few spoons of borax, water, to the Elmer's glue, and then mix. Oh my gosh, so I've been stirring this and it turned white. Like, what? It's not even thick like slime, and it turned white. I don't even know what happened. This is so weird. Maybe that glue wasn't okay to use to make slime. Okay, so my little slime project didn't work out too well. That's okay. I can make it again another time. I made slime at the beginning of the summer and it turned out really nice. This is my sunflower. I grew him from a little seed. Actually, back in April, right before my birthday, I think it was on like April 20th, I had an RA program where I had everyone planting different packs of flower seeds, and I planted this guy, and he's alive and he's growing, and he's probably about up to my shoulders at this point, and I'm so proud of him and myself for keeping this guy alive. He's actually kind of dry. I need some water now, but I'm so happy about him, and I'm so proud of him, and I really hope that he opens all the way by the time I leave. This is my lake. It's Otisco Lake. It's one of the Finger Lakes, one of the smallest Finger Lakes. You can see a boat out there that's tubing, but we have a boat and a jet ski, and we like to go out on the water. My dad absolutely loves it here. He actually grew up a couple of blocks away, but yeah, it's super pretty, and I love being in the lake. Now on to one of my least favorite activities ever, packing. Here is the first suitcase. that I'm going to be packing to bring to Scotland. And because I hate packing so much and I'm dreading doing all this packing, I'm starting with something easy. My winter clothes. Not really winter clothes, actually. This is things like my winter coat, my winter boots are down here somewhere. Yeah, my winter boots. And although this seems pretty easy because I'm not using it right now, it's actually still pretty stressful. You see, all that stuff is really, really big and bulky, and I only have a limited amount of space to bring over to Scotland. I can only bring a certain number of checked bags without being charged a ridiculously large amount of money. So, I'm actually very grateful my mom is coming with me for the first week, or I think even 10 days, to help me get adjusted and get what I need. So I am moving to Glasgow, Scotland for school. I'm going to be going to the University of Strathclyde. Can anyone out there tell me about Scotland, or Glasgow specifically would be great? What's the weather like? Like how should I be packing? I've done my research and say that it rains a lot there, the weather doesn't get too hot or too cold, but what should I really be preparing for? I mean, is it really raining that much? Is it really that, like, kind of mild weather? I know that today I pulled up on my iPhone the weather app. It says it's like 69 in Glasgow, and that's the highest I've seen it as I've been checking. But let me know if any of you have any ideas, or can give me any recommendations on what I should be packing as far as clothing. I went to pack my boots and I realized that I've worn through the heels. I just went and put the other one in water and it leaks through, so the soles are all nice and wet. I like these boots, they're so cute, but I don't think I'm going to waste the space bringing broken boots to Scotland. If I need new boots, I'll have to buy them when I'm there. I still have these boots, which are cute, and they're also insulated, so that'll be nice. I'll bring those. And then I have Bear Paws that I got on sale a couple years ago. And then, of course, I have snow boots, nice Sorel snow boots in the suitcase. And there we go, half a suitcase filled with my winter gear. Notice I said winter gear, not winter clothes. I have to go and pack my winter clothes, long sleeve shirts, jeans, undershirts, insulated things, sweaters. So I have to go pack those. They're in another bag that I unpacked when I moved out of my dorm in Syracuse, so I'll have to put those in. And I think there's still enough space in this suitcase. Just thought I'd show you all the start of my packing lists. I have all these different categories. I think it's actually only 2 pages right now. Yeah, it's just these 2 pages. I have everything from bathroom stuff, clothing, electronics, other medicines. Now, I don't know how many of you have ever packed for going overseas before. I grew up doing it. Well, I guess I didn't really do it. My mom and dad packed up most of our suitcases for us, but it's stressful because you have to make sure that you have everything you could possibly need. Like, even for me, when I get there, I'm not going to be absolutely ridiculous and bring enough stuff for like 12 months of everything, but I take Allegra allergy medicine every single day, and I can't be without that because it makes me really uncomfortable with pollen and seasonal changes and things like that. So I at least need to make sure I pack 2 bottles of that so I can just make sure I have that allergy pill for when I get started there until I find the equivalent over there. And everything from, like, when I first move into my apartment, there's not going to be toilet paper, so I need to make sure I pack a roll or 2 of toilet paper until I get to the store. So you would just have to think and plan for a lot of different eventualities that you can never really be sure if you're actually going to need. So it's stressful, and that's why I make lists, and I'm again so grateful that I have my mom coming. She's better at packing than I am. I'm pretty good, as my friends will tell you, but they're nothing compared to my mom. So when she gets here, she's actually coming on Monday. Today's Wednesday. So I am looking forward to having her help when she gets here. So I decided to take a break from packing, which I despise ever so much, and I'm going to sit outside on our messy deck and do some reading. My mom found this book on eBay, and I've seen Wicked at Syracuse Landmark Theater, and I've also listened to the soundtrack hundreds and hundreds of times. I love Wicked, but I've never read the book, so my mom found it on eBay for pretty cheap, and now I'm gonna read it, and I'm really excited to get started. I took my break, and now I have folded up some sweaters and some shirts, and I've got some friends on in the background, and I am going to hopefully fill up the suitcase today. That's my goal. I want to get done a little bit of packing before my mom gets here, so that when she's here, it's just getting the last minute stuff ready. My uncle and my cousin and his friend came to visit. They're about 12, 13 years old, and they're out there doing kayaking, and that's my uncle.
Sometimes we live in a particular way, but I know. Sometimes we visit your country and live in your home. Falling, falling, falling. Oh, talk around the sea.
So I actually ended up having a pretty eventful afternoon. Never mind my hair, I jumped in the lake and now it looks like a rat's nest. But yeah, my uncle and my one cousin and his friend came to visit and use our boat, but our boat, one of the belts in the engine broke. So we were about probably a football field and a half away from land, and so we get oars going and I jump in the water and tie the rope around my waist and try to swim with it to shore, and we did eventually get it to shore. We docked it and cranked it up again, and the boys were disappointed because the plan was for them to go water skiing or tubing, but we never ended up doing that, clearly, because the boat broke down. But I took them for a ride on the jet ski, and they ended up using kayaks. I think they had a lot of fun, and then my uncle took us out to dinner. He took me out to dinner too. As you saw, there was live music, and I got pasta. It was chicken riggies, but without the chicken. I just got the pasta with the riggy sauce. But yeah, I mean, it was all in all a nice evening. I was glad to not be completely alone here. I hate that when I'm having to stay here alone. I like it when Hal's visiting or my family's here and everything. So I was grateful to have a little bit of time with family and just an eventful afternoon. Tomorrow is Thursday, and I am going to do more packing, and then Abby comes on Friday. So hopefully tomorrow will be a big packing day. But now I'm gonna get my pajamas on and brush my teeth and get ready for bed.